Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I'm doing my review of Masters of the Universe Clash for Eternia. This is not the box. The box is down there. It's too big. This is just one of the expansions that I have for the game. So this is a 1 to 5 player game. That it's a skirmish type game. But you're choosing in the scenario book which scenario you want to play. Now, you don't have to play from beginning to end because it's just there to show the different scenarios that you can choose. Like one could be just a brawl type. One could be like a rescue mission, capture the flag type. It's differentiated in the book. I'm just gonna go over real quick like how to play the game. So essentially, one person is gonna be the controller, which could be either Skeletor or He-Man. And the controller controls 3 characters and minions. Depending on which side you are, if you're Skeletor, you have the little robots. If you're He-Man, you have those little soldiers that they have. Now the player side is going to control 4 characters. So if it's one person, they're going to control all 4 characters of their choosing, or you can have 4 people on the team going help playing cooperatively against the controller. Now, each side is going to have these cards that show the characters, and you're going to secretly put down on the track the order of the characters that you want to activate. So, depending on where they are on the track, these characters gain energy when they activate. This energy, as you build them up, it helps you do certain attacks, certain abilities on the character card. As the game progresses, the player characters are going to get a little bit stronger. They're going to get stronger abilities, depending on the colors, like green, yellow, and red, I believe. Now, that's only for the player character because the controller character has a little bit of an advantage with the minions. Even though they're weak, they can be overwhelming. So, now, as you choose a scenario, it's going to show you how to set up the game. There's different terrain that's going to affect gameplay. You have cliffs that give you some height advantage. You have areas that make you move slow. You have temple areas, a whole sort. Now, you're going to set them up based on how the scenario book shows. So, essentially, when you put your cards down, you're going to activate each card. You're going to pretty much go at it with each other. Just one big brawl. Depending on the scenario, that's all you might be doing. Now, so there's certain, like, maybe rescue missions. You have to maybe go rescue something. Or there's certain missions that you have to collect these objectives. So on your turn, you can either move, you can attack, you can activate certain objectives or grab an objective. You can actually interact with the terrain by throwing a boulder at another character. All that, you're gonna have certain characters that have range or strictly melee. So you have a wide array of different characters. But now, if you have the Kickstarter version, it came with the stretch goal box. So there's already a ton of characters with that. In the base game alone, you still gotta have a good amount. So essentially, you're going back and forth, fighting each other. When you knock somebody out, you get a victory point. They get to respawn. So nobody really dies. You just get knocked out and then get respawned. The other player gets a victory point for it. So you're doing this back and forth until the game is over. Now, let me go into what I disliked first about this game. What I disliked first was the scenario book. It was pissing me off on showing how to set up some of the terrain. It did not help at all. It just says, here's a picture. This is how you should set it up. Instead of having maybe like what a lot of games do is they'll have like numbers on the board itself to help you like where to place them. You're constantly going back and forth trying to figure out if the terrain is right or not. And the first game we botched up really bad. Even the rules, so another thing I wasn't crazy about, the rule book. While Simon has very good rule books, this game has little things that you can easily miss, and I felt that with the rule book. We messed up the first game, but again, it's one of those type of rule books you need like maybe a second reread to actually grasp it. I felt the first time I read it, I was like, all right, this is all over the place. But it's not that bad. Again, this is not a hard game. It's not a hard game to the table. like a typical CMON game is a lot of shit. So it's a lot of stuff that you got to put together, put away. But I'll go over if that is worth it in the end. So the last thing I didn't like, and it's not that big of a deal, it's randomness. There's dice chucking. There is mitigation. Again, there's still a lot of skill involved in this game. This is a skirmish game. You have to know when to attack, how do you want to attack, what do you want to upgrade. I never felt that either side had an advantage. So it is very, very well balanced, I felt, this game. So that's one thing I really liked. Again, the randomness wasn't that big of a deal. So going to the likes. One, it's very well balanced. It is a well balanced game. Despite that the controller has the minions, the other players, they have the 4 controllers. But still, if you strategize right, you can use those minions to, overwhelm the player. Depending on the scenario, each scenario is going to have a different strategy. So that's another thing I like, is the replayability. There is a lot of content out for this game. Just the base game alone, I think, has an excellent amount of content. Then you have the stretch goal box that had a lot, and then there's 4 expansions out for this game. I have every single expansion. I wanted to get everything for this game because of how unique it looked and how much fun it looked to me. So this is a new system that CMON's using. It's called the power system. So you're probably going to see a lot more games with this power system with just a different theme. So don't be surprised if you see a G.I. Joe theme after this. Another thing I wanted to bring up, I was not a fan of Masters of the Universe growing up. So take that into consideration on the score I'm going to give it. Do you need to be a fan of this series to like this game? Absolutely not, because I am enjoying this game a ton. This game is a lot of fun. It is by far one of the best skirmish games out there. Another big plus is CMON. So you're gonna get these awesome miniatures. The artwork is gonna be good. Again, when it comes to CMON, I don't know what it is that they don't like to give you big boxes. I hate having all this crap all over the place for the expansions. It's CMON. It is what it is. But just know that there's a lot of content for this game. The replayability is excellent. I think it also does it make a family weight game? I would say maybe. Again, the rules aren't that complicated. I would play this if my son was like 10. Yeah, I would play this with him. But this is a game for everybody. That I think that if you're into skirmish games, you are going to enjoy. So my score. This was tough. I kept going back and forth. I didn't know what to give it because I'm having a blast with it. I'm coming in on a 9. A 9 out of 10. I think this game is excellent. I'm giving this my seal of merit. Again, I have not played a bad game of this. The scenarios, they're all unique. There is a solo mode. I'm not a solo player. So yeah, with each expansion you get, there's going to be more different scenarios, more characters, more villains that are coming out. So, again, if you feel like spending all that money, it is an expensive game. But I do think it is worth it. Because, again, it's not... Again, the game, you can probably get the game a little under 80 on Miniature Market or something. The expansions, they usually cost around maybe 30 to 50. So, yeah, it is a lot. But you can pick them up little by little. The reason why I stress getting this game is because of how easy it is to table. Yes, it is a pain in the butt to set up, but the game is just so simple and so much fun that I think families and just other people alike are going to enjoy this game a lot. That's why I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. I think it deserves it. Rumors that there's going to be a G.I. Joe version probably coming in the future, which I'm kicking myself now for because I spent so much on this version. But yeah, really an excellent game. That's Masters of the Universe, Clash for Eternia. Something else I wanted to bring up about this. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't bring it up before. The theme. So, like I said, I wasn't a fan of this series growing up. I played with somebody who was a big fan, and they said that the theme is spot on. So there, you have Master of the Universe in a big gold box or several boxes. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Please like and subscribe. Help this little channel grow. If you have any questions about this review, about this game, leave in the comment section. I always answer everybody. So yeah, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a great one.